Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's Online Open Academy. My name is Sarah Green, and I am absolutely buzzing to be on here with you tonight to take you through a really, really important topic. So for those of you that don't know me, bear with. You've got a little note there. I just want to say a huge welcome to tonight. And also, I haven't spoken to many of you in 2024. So I'm so excited to be on here with you tonight. And honestly, listening to the previous weeks of these academies, I feel super honored to be on here with you. And what I'm going to be taking you through is really, really a big passion of mine. So tune in, take lots of notes. But for those of you that have absolutely no idea who I am, this is a little bit about my glamorous past. I was raised in a caravan by my mum, who was a single mum. I had my first child at 16 years old. And the reason that I like to show this slide is because some of you that are maybe new to the business are probably thinking, God, these people that speak on these, training events and that I see at these meetings, they seem so polished and professional, and they must have been, born into some kind of confident, established, successful life. And absolutely that was not the case for me. I was a young mum and didn't have any qualifications, never pursued a career, and about 11 years ago found myself we're married with 3 kids, and like many mums, doing jobs that fitted around my lifestyle, fitted around the children, that brought a little bit of income in, but I wouldn't say were ever a real passion. And married super young to Kev, my husband, who I do the business with now. He was a Royal Marine, and his career kind of took priority. So I just did jobs that, would fit around the family as such. I never had a career. I never knew what I was good at. I didn't think I was particularly good at anything, to be honest. One of those moments when you actually think, I actually don't really know what I'm good at, apart from being a mum, which I was absolutely average at. I don't know what I'm good at. And I was doing a job 11 years ago, working in property in a lettings agency. And we were introduced to Herbalife through Kev, his best friend, Jim, who today is our sponsor and still Kev's best friend. He was best man at our wedding. He had been his best friend for years, and he started to use Herbalife products, and he was raving about them. Like many of you that have been introduced to these products, you've been told about them by someone who loved them, right? It was a very authentic conversation he had with us, saying how amazing he felt. And the good friends that we were to him, we absolutely slated him for it. We thought it was ridiculous, that he couldn't believe he was doing shakes and, wasn't sustainable and all this stuff. But the reality was, as a working mum, I did work long hours around the 3 kids. We were living in a basement flat. The idea of actually having a way to potentially nourish myself, which I was not doing. I was living on coffee, skipping meals. This smoothie idea actually sounded, although I didn't agree with the concept, I thought it's probably actually a little bit better than what I'm doing at the moment, which is not having anything. So I was never replacing a meal. I was adding a meal in. And the truth is, guys, first point for your notes, so are a big proportion of the population, So anyone that's got preconceived ideas about meal replacements, a lot of them actually aren't even replacing a meal. And I was one of them. So I was adding in a breakfast smoothie, and I thought, I'm going to give it a bash. I'll try it. And then it became a little bit about the discount, because he said there's a way, you can, instead of buying the products from me, if you like them, you can register as a member yourself and make a little bit of discount, which at the time you can see in our lavish lifestyle where we were living, a basement flat, which had 2 bedrooms. So we had to put another one up to make a 3rd bedroom for our 3rd child. Discount was absolutely what we needed, okay, to be able to continue using the products and actually just saving a little bit of money was amazing. But then what he said to us was, if you share your results with a few people that you could actually be eating for free, because the money that you could make when you sell the plans to people, because everybody sells at the same price, you could actually just keep that profit and then buy your own products and eat for free. And that was like, I'd never heard anything like it. Who can eat for free? It was like, I'd never heard such a concept. So that's what we decided to do. Then we went to a meeting, and at that time I was overworked. I was starting to really love the products. I was naturally starting to tell people about it, but I didn't see it as a big business. I wasn't a business person, but I'd really, really had an authentic result with the products. And I went from being super into my fitness. I was really fit, actually. I was running marathons. I was super into my training. but not nourishing my body, to really feeling the benefits of good nutrition and actually starting to understand that nutrition was far more important than just exercise for how I was feeling mentally. My body completely started to change. And that actually is me a couple of weeks ago. So I'm 11 years older now. So I'm 39 next month, which is 2 months, which is mental. I have, previous to using Herbalife products, I was training like 7 days a week, running like crazy, just didn't have any idea about nutrition. A few little tweaks. Now I train far less than I've ever trained before, but my body, my mental health, my fitness levels, everything has skyrocketed, and I'm obviously 11 years older. So it was a no-brainer. We started to share the products far more authentically. We started to share our love of the products far more authentically. And when we saw that there was actually an opportunity to earn an amazing income with this, we thought, you know what, let's just do this. We love it. We love these products anyway. If there's a way that we could potentially earn some income and pay off our credit cards and pay off our debt and get out of this crappy basement flat where we were living, let's just give it our all. And that is exactly what we did. And within a few years, we were earning an amazing part-time income. We both then left our jobs. We went full-time. We made the president's team within 3 years, which isn't typical, but it's absolutely possible if you're prepared to put the work in. And 11 years down the line, we lived the most amazing life, and we've been able to give our kids the most amazing opportunities, and it's an absolute dream. And one of the things which, you know, has really, for me, become apparent over the past 11 years is the clearer you are on what you're doing, the easier it becomes to duplicate yourself. Because, you know, I was really good at talking about the products, and I was really passionate about my results. But, you know, what I've realized over the years is the more that we can have a structure in place to support everybody that comes in, the easier it is for everybody to do that as well. Because not everybody feels super confident, you know, at the beginning, especially when you're starting out. So this pathway that we've got, and these training structures now that we've got, and these calls that we've got, and these meetings that we've got, I can honestly say I've never known anything like it in the whole 11 years. You have everything that you need to be successful in Herbalife right now. You don't need this crazy, you know, confidence or really amazing outgoing personality. You've got everything you need. And if you just learn these basic skills and you repeat them and do them well, you can absolutely do everything that anybody on this call is going to teach you to do, and way beyond. Okay, so little quick progress check, making sure that you've got everything that you need documents wise. Now I'm going to give you a few little things today which are brand new, which you're going to be able to download. And how amazing is that? We have access via our phones to download them, print them off, and you have everything to support you. Okay, make sure if you are a sponsor and you've got people in your team, that everybody does the same. So let's not just assume that everybody's watched this call tonight with me and everybody's going to know what I'm saying. It's our job as sponsors, when we start to bring people into this business, to pick up that phone and say, hey, I don't know if you saw the call last night, but have you got this document? Do you understand this? And really take the time to follow people up. We speak a lot about follow-up, and sometimes we associate follow-up with being with our customers, which we're going to talk about. But actually, follow-up is so much more than that. It's following up with everybody, following up with team, following up with your customers, following up. Well, follow-up equals fortune, right? Okay, it's all the details. It's just not assuming that everybody knows everything. Okay, so take that responsibility. So let's start to look at the training development. I mean, this in itself is fantastic. Having something visual that you can start to work through, picking things out of your day to actually, have I done this? What do I need to do? Making things come from your brain onto paper is the first key to success in anything, okay? Making something visual that you can actually start to tangibly work through is one of the most amazing things that I ever did. And it made me go from this crazy like wreck of, oh, I'm here, I'm there, to actually become a little bit more professional, okay? So have a look at this checklist. Make sure that you are ticking things off the academy list. Once you've worked your way through, you will start to feel a lot more confident in every single area. And to be honest, this business is all about being confident in what you're doing. If you don't feel confident, that's when you don't want to do it. That's when you don't want to talk to someone. That's when you don't want to do the evaluation or talk about the next thing. If you haven't, you know, feel like you've actually worked through it yourself, so start taking the training seriously, and you're going to start building on your confidence, okay? So these are all the events. Now, obviously, I'm going to talk about one of the most amazing events shortly, which we've got coming up this weekend. But everything is available now on the Herbalife website. This is a first, guys. Like, we've never, ever had access to universal documents that we can all use, that we can all feel completely confident. Like it used to be, or where can I find that? Where can I find that? You know, nobody knew what everybody was doing. Now we are all doing the same, which is the most amazing place to be, because everybody has, you know, exactly the same access to exactly the same support tools, which gives us all one level playing field. So the products are all there for us, the support structure and tools are all there for us. The only variable now is what we're going to do about it, okay, which fills me with absolute excitement. So let's talk about work. Now, we have the three predominant working units at the moment. Number one is the nutrition clubs, which are very structured and absolutely thriving. And then we have the other options, okay, which is the nutrition hubs, which you've heard lots about. And if you haven't heard about them, go back and watch some of the academies, because it's a really, really great way to kind of think, how could I do a little bit of what the clubs are doing, but maybe with a little bit less, you know, formality, and a little bit more freer, okay? But you still have access to get that same success, the same interaction with people, okay? And then, of course, you can do this from home. Now, the reason I love Herbalife and I wanted to join was because I had 3 young kids, and the attraction for me was working from home. But listen, I have had a nutrition hub in my home, and I had one for probably about 6 years. So when it comes to working from home and working from hubs, I'm very au fait with both. And I think it's actually really important that we as sponsors have a little look into everything, because, you know, this isn't a one fits all business. That's the beauty of it. You get to decide what fits my personality. What do I really want from this? What are my values? Where do I feel most comfortable? And you can make it work for you. And you have access now to a support structure to complement whatever it is that you want to work, how you want to work, and how you see your business growing. Okay, so the pathway, again, never had anything like this before. It blows my mind that we've actually got this to give us some clarity on what is the next step that we need to take through this journey of taking someone from, you know, being a stranger to having a conversation to potentially being a customer. Having something to work our way through gives us so much clarity, and when there's clarity, there's confidence, okay? So there's the 3 phases, which is finding the customers, converting those customers once we get them into becoming members, because that's the goal. We want everybody to become part of the Herbalife game, whether that's to get a little bit of discount or to become profitable and have their own customers. And then ultimately, the more people that we can get to do that, the more supervisors we're going to develop. And that's the thing that moves us up to the magic steps of the marketing plan where we all want to be, okay? So the phases, inviting. What do we invite to? A lot of people ask me this. So, you know, we all run our different flows. We all have our different things going on. Some people do 21-day challenges. Some people do marathon challenges. Some people do fit clubs. Some people do, like, all these different things are going on, all equally as amazing. All of them work. But the one thing for me, which really, really I love more than ever, is that we are all focused on giving that our USP now, our unique selling point as in Herbalife. For me, our products are amazing, but the real value comes from us. And how we deliver that value is through our wellness evaluations. It's that extra little bit of magic, the seasoning, the sparkle, the thing that makes us stand apart from all the other products on the marketplace is the value we're giving in the listening to people, the education, the support. That makes a huge, huge difference. So we're inviting to the wellness evaluation. For me, whether I was inviting to a 21-day challenge, a 30-day challenge, a this, or that, a fit club, I'm always inviting before I do anything. I'm promoting that, but I'm inviting to the wellness evaluation, okay? And I'm going to tell you why. Number one, it gives us the opportunity to ask for referrals. Now, if we can nail referrals, guys, this business is so simple, okay? It is so simple, because the truth of the matter is we can reach so many people through so many people. There's only so many people we can reach on our own. For sure, we've got the power of social media. We can flyer. But if we just get really clever and smart at actually looking after people and providing value, we can work through people's networks very, very easily. We just have to get really professional at it, okay? So then we work through that. Then we get people onto the plans. And the key is the follow-up. Okay, this should be a never-ending process, which I'm going to talk you through in phase 2. We have the 14-day reviews. We want people to be exposed to the open experience, which is every Wednesday, and then they get to make a decision, very much like, you know, probably you did at one point, whether you want to stay a customer, you want a little bit of discount, or you've decided, actually, I want a little bit more from this. I want to start to have my own clients and really start to see some benefits of increasing my profit and my discount. Okay, then you now have access to get them to the quick start training, and then we're working the potential referrals again. So there's this whole pathway going on, designed to get your little customer from that wellness evaluation right through the flow to become a happy, profitable supervisor, which is what we want. Okay, because the more of those that we focus on, and we should be focusing on them, that is the end. Start with the end in mind. Every person that comes through and has that conversation with you about a plan, you want to be thinking they could be an amazing, profitable supervisor. That's the goal for them. Okay, because guess what? Everybody wants more discount on their products. Why would somebody want to pay full price or 15% or 25% discount when they can get 50? Okay, so we want to help them do that. And we want to make sure that this journey for them is as smooth as possible. And there is opportunities at every step of the way for them to constantly be exposed to, how could I earn a little bit more discount? How can I make a little bit more profit? How easy it is to do that. Okay, and that's our job. And we have the most amazing tracker to make it really, really clear to us. Are we taking the steps through every part of the journey to expose somebody to the steps that we should be? Have you given them that conversation about, have they referred any names to you? Have you offered them the preferred customer? Have you followed them up? There's a constant opportunity for you to touch base with these people now, for them to, you know, because the truth is, guys, not everybody joins and wants something at the beginning that they might want 2 weeks down the line. You know, when I joined, I was like, no, I just want my discount on my products. But as the weeks started to go by, if Jim, my sponsor, had only left the conversation there with me and said, no, I spoke to Sarah at the beginning, she wasn't interested in any more than discount. The truth is, by 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'm getting a little bit more confident. My results were starting to improve. I'm starting to naturally have a few more conversations, which is then building upon my confidence. And I'm starting to think, you know what? I actually might be interested in having a little look at a call. Maybe I could get a few customers. So people change, situations change, circumstances change. So that conversation at the beginning, it's important that we have it at multiple times throughout people's journeys, because things change. Okay, and the pathway tracker enables us and reminds us, oh, I need to check that with that person. Oh, I haven't followed up with that person. It's a constant reminder, because the truth is, we're all super busy, and if we don't follow some kind of tracker, we get lost. We get lost in the fact that, oh crap, it's Thursday and I haven't even spoken to my clients. Okay, so this is why we've given you this, and it's a really great way to help encourage you to constantly and gently push somebody along the journey. Okay, so amateur versus professional. Listen, I've done this business for 11 years, and trust me, I spent a lot of it being an amateur, and my goal more than ever for 2024 is to become finally a complete professional. I mean, I feel like I've been there for a little while, but you're always learning, right? We're always developing, we're always evolving, and we are always trying to enhance this journey for everybody that comes through, from the client experience through to the member experience. You know, we don't want you guys thinking, what am I meant to do there? How do I do that? We don't want any of that confusion anymore. So we have developed this, and we are continually evolving and developing this system for you, so that there are no ifs, buts, or maybes along any part of the journey. So all you need to focus on is filling the funnel with new people. Now, guys, there's nothing that you can't solve. We have a couple of job descriptions. Number one is to help people get the most amazing results with the products. And number two is to help show people what this amazing opportunity is. That really is it, okay? And the rest of it is done with this pathway for you. So you should be, whether you've got 5 customers already, whether you've got 1 customer, whether you've got no customers, or whether you've got 20 customers, okay? We are constantly looking to fill the funnel with new people. Why? Because if you don't, it's like having a bath and you turn the tap off. And what happens is the plug has a little bit of a leak, and very, very slowly the water starts to drizzle out, whether it's people leave or whether it's people become members. You are wanting to constantly have a bath full of fresh people. Why? Because it's a constant opportunity for you to help new people come along that flow, along that pathway, and become profitable supervisors. But also, it makes you feel good about what you do. If you have the same customers ordering the same products over and over again, you can become a little bit stagnant in your energy. Trust me, I've been doing this for such a long time. There is no better feeling than getting a brand new person on a brand new plan, getting them a brand new result. It makes you feel alive. It reminds you of how the magic is actually in doing what we do rather than just the end result. There's been periods where I've had, not many new customers coming through. And then I remember when I get a new customer, I think, this is why I love Herbalife. The reason I love Herbalife is because I constantly have, that opportunity and ability to go and change someone's lives with these products. So never take that for granted, okay? And that's really, really important that you remember that along your journey. And this is phase one, constantly really, really, really following the plan is going to help you not only get someone on a plan, but potentially work that referral system, okay? It's super, super important. So tonight I want to take you to something really, really special. I know many of you guys have probably been waiting for this. And the reason it's important for me to talk about it is because it's something that I've actually been doing for quite a long time. So the online wellness evaluation. Now, the reason that we've called it the online wellness evaluation is because you've been trained and you've had access to the physical wellness evaluation. And let's talk very briefly and touch on the physical. What is a physical wellness evaluation? Well, a physical wellness evaluation, the training that we've given you, is something that you would do in the Nutrition Hub, whether that be a classroom, whether that be a location, whether that be in a room in your house, okay? And you've got the Tanita scales and you've got your presentation where you talk through your body fat and all that sort of stuff, okay? And I occasionally do those as well. But what I found was there was a bit of a gap. So it was great if people were local, they could come into the hub or your kitchen or wherever you are having these physical wellness evaluations with people. And the great thing about them is people love to know about their body fat and they love to know about all the readings. And it's a great thing to be able to invite to. But what I was having was, especially with social media, especially with family in different areas in the UK, connections in different areas of the UK, and connections in different areas of the world, how can I provide the same value that I can provide to someone coming to my kitchen without them being in my kitchen? So we developed the online wellness evaluation. And why did we do that? Well, for these reasons, okay? So when I went through a big period, I'll be really transparent with you guys, when everybody went online, okay, because we couldn't see people face to face, of continuing to sell the plans and get people onto challenges and do all that stuff, but they were buying from my website, they were going onto a plan. And what I really noticed after a period of time was the thing that I was really good at in Herbalife, without blowing my own trumpet, and the thing I loved most about being in Herbalife was building relationships with people. And what happened when I used to build relationships with people was I built friendships with people. And when I built friendships with people, they would refer people to me. They would say, tell me what to buy, Sarah, I'm in. Or I would say, you should really think about becoming a member. You should do what I'm doing. And they'd be like, because I'd had that time to build that rapport, they trusted me. They were open to it. But these people that were just buying products from me online, I never had that connection with them. I never knew enough about them. I couldn't problem solve like I used to when people would come to my house. There was no more, it was like a one-part transaction. And I missed that. Number one, I missed that part of Herbalife. And number two, I realized there was a massive, massive gap in the fact that I wasn't getting the referrals like I used to. In asking someone who'd bought a plan on my website for referrals when they'd never spoken to me, they didn't have any connection with me, I'd never taken the time to find out what they wanted other than a few messages or maybe a few voice notes. It was very, very tricky. So I thought something needs to change. I need to go back to the evaluation, but without the Tanita. Now, when I'm talking about online, guys, this is going to be amazing for you guys as well, that for any reason don't want to or don't like doing the Tanitas. Now, there could be various reasons for that. Maybe you just don't like the scales. It's not something that fits in with your values, which is absolutely fine. Then this is going to be for you as well. You can use this wellness evaluation. I'm going to talk you through it. Via a lot of what I do is on, in fact, all of what I do really now is on a FaceTime. So I'm going to talk you through how this would work. So someone could maybe I am at the hairdressers with someone like what happened last week. And this lady had been doing a diet and she was like, oh, I'm starving, it's terrible, blah, blah, blah. And my hairdresser is on a plan with me. She said, oh, you should speak to Sarah. You should do Herbalife. It's amazing. I'm doing it. You're doing the marathon with me. And she said, oh, yeah, I'd definitely be interested. I said, listen, let me book you in for a free wellness evaluation, okay? Give me your number and I'll send you a little message after here. We left the hairdressers. I sent her a little message saying, when are you free to book in for a wellness evaluation? I've got Wednesday at 10 or Thursday at 1, okay? Top tip, give them the appointment times that you've got. Be assertive with that, okay? Don't say, when do you want? Because they're like, oh, I don't know. Give them a couple of options. She said, oh, I can do Wednesday. So I said, perfect. Drop your number here. This is via WhatsApp. Drop your number here and I will give you a little FaceTime then and we'll talk about where you're at, okay? That was it. On Wednesday, I got my phone. I gave her a FaceTime and I said, and I spoke through here, okay? And I said, hi Jane, how are you, darling? How's your hair? Blah, 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 chatting away. I said, okay, so tell me where you're currently at in terms of what you're looking to achieve. And I let her speak, okay? And I literally talked through this questionnaire. Now I'm going to give you something magical in a minute, okay? But this, for me, when I look back now, this could have been done at my kitchen table with someone with a cup of thermo and making them a shake. It's just as easy to do it if you don't want to use the Tanitas on a FaceTime, on a Zoom call, on a Skype call, or sat at your kitchen table, okay? And we went through that. She got on a plan. She gave me 3 names. She's become a preferred customer. She's already joined this lap of the marathon and she's now in the pathway. Okay. But that was a FaceTime. That was a face-to-face version, but that can happen whether you're, I don't know, promoting something on Instagram, promoting something on your Facebook, whether you're flyering, however you want to do it. If you want to use this wellness evaluation without Tanitas or online, you could book these in all day long. Guys, I sit in my office with my phone and I have half-an-hour slots and I'm like, yep. And it's just as effective for me as anything I've ever done before. So if you're somebody who feels like I am too busy to run a hub, I can't commit to it, or I feel like I'm just want to fit Herbalife for a couple of hours around my babies, or my house is like an absolute, I don't know, we've got building works going on, I don't want people in here. Whatever the reason, it doesn't mean you can't do Herbalife and provide the value that everybody else is providing with their hubs and clubs. This is the solution for you, okay? But just want to say this, a really good thing to do is to have a few strings to your bow. So I love also, by the way, the Tanitas, and I love the presentation that people do in hubs and at homes. And the reason that I love that is because now I know if I wanted to do that, I know how to do it. So it's good to have an overview of everything. And that's why these academies are so important. So you get to skill up on everything and you can decide what it is you want to do. But this now is an option for you. For those of you that have felt like, I just can't make this work, or I just don't like the meters, whatever it is, this is for you guys. Okay, so I hope you like it. So along with this wellness evaluation now, which is going to be available for you to print off, I'm going to talk you through each section of it, and you are also going to be able to print off the coaching notes, okay? And the reason these coaching notes were that I developed them is because I want you guys to really get a feel of the questions that are asked and how, with this sheet, we can absolutely provide just as much value as anything else, okay? You don't have to have a set of scales to be able to provide the value. It's lovely. It's, you know, everybody loves to know their metabolic age and everybody loves to know their body fat, but guess what everybody else loves? People listening to them, people taking the time out of their day to actually listen to them. So I'm going to take you through this sheet and talk you through exactly how I do this. So I said, Jane, okay, how was your hair? Blah, blah, blah. You open up the conversation. And the reason I've done this is because sometimes, you know, if you're a new member, having a conversation with somebody online that you don't know, it could be a stranger, you're like, how do I start this from this sheet? So I wanted to give you the top tips on how I do it, okay? So always start with something like, hey, how are you? Make them feel at ease, okay? They're nervous as well, even though they're not coming and getting on any scales or doing anything. Sometimes speaking to someone you don't know about things which are personal to you is a little bit nerve-wracking. So I always make them feel at ease. I'm like, hey, doll, how are you? It was lovely to see you at the hairdressers. How was your hair? Blah, blah, blah. Then I say the same thing. So tell me where you're currently at in terms of your health. What are you looking to achieve? and I shut up. Okay. This is their opportunity to be listened to. Maybe for the first time in God knows how long. Okay. This is value in itself. Think about when someone actually just sits and listens to you, your needs, what's going on in your life, what you're looking for. When does that often happen? Not very often in my house, let me tell you. So this is super, super really important for them to start to feel like you actually care. Okay. So you can see the notes there. You'll be able to print this off. You're going to be able to read this through. So it gives you a feel of where somebody's at. Okay. Engaging with them, writing points down. So, I have my little clipboard here, and I take the time. Let me show you one, actually. Let me show you one. Oh God, they've written all over. It's got people's details. But I sit with my thingy, and what happens is this gives you an actually really nice way of engaging, but actually taking the time. I'm like, okay, so tell me where you're at in terms of your health and fitness. And they could be saying, well, to be honest, what it is, I'm getting married next June and blah, 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 blah. And you're okay, getting married. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Perfect. Lots of encouraging words. Excellent. Brilliant. Look, rather than just staring at them, okay, make them feel like, be supportive. Excellent. Yeah. Oh my God, I hear you. Yeah. Really, really try to connect with them as if they were sitting in front of you. Okay. So let them just speak. Okay. And if they say something like, for example, I always try to pick out points of rapport with someone. So if they say, and I'm just, I just feel like I've got no time in the day to prepare anything, I'm like, oh, I totally get that. This gives me an opportunity to pick out points in what they want so that I can refer to it later. Okay. But all of this is here in the notes for you to be able to print off, and you can revisit this. Okay. Moving on. Okay, so this is what I say, okay? Give me a rundown of what your diet and lifestyle is like at the moment. How does an average day look? And then I let them speak, okay? So they're going to go, well, they'll tell you what's going on, and it gives you some examples. Look, they go, well, I'm just living off coffee, I'm just doing this, and I'm not doing this, and they'll tell you what's going on. I'm really struggling with energy, I'm just training loads, and just let them talk and make notes of what they're saying, because this is really, really important. Number one, for them to feel like because if you're not making notes and they're not feeling like you're actually listening to what they're saying, what's the point of the conversation? You're just sat there, okay? They want to feel valued. If you were having a consultation with somebody, they would be making notes, okay? So make notes in front of them. Let them feel valued, like you're actually taking the time to write down the key points of what they're saying to you, okay? So then we move on. Okay, so they've told you a little bit about a date, and they might be saying, oh, I'm doing this, and you can ask little prompting questions. For example, if they've said, I don't know, what have I put here? So for example, if they say like, oh, I'm just a massive coffee addict, write that down, because when you follow up with them later, you've got this information. You're going to be doing these with people all day long. You're not going to remember that Jessica from Spain is a coffee addict. So the fact that you've written it down, you can be like, okay, drink 7 cups of coffee a day. Okay, how are you getting on with the coffee? On your 14-day follow-up, how are you getting on with that coffee? You said you were drinking, we said we were going to go back to from 7 cups to 2 cups. How's that going? It gives you things to reference. So they go, oh, she actually listened to me. Okay. This is being a professional. Don't try and remember everything. You are not going to remember. Use these sheets for what they're designed for, which is collecting information and building rapport. Okay. So now we get onto the really crucial part. So it gives you a really good overview. So tell me, not only number one, what are you having, but also what are you spending food and drink wise? The reason that we do this, they're never going to know accurately. They'll be like, oh my God, I don't know. So let's break it down. So breakfast, what are you having for breakfast? I don't have breakfast. Brilliant. Okay. Coffees, teas, do you go out? Do you go to the shop, but have an oat latte, daily, Costa, whatever? Prompt them. Okay. Oh yeah, actually, well, I do go there and I go up to Starbucks and I have that. Okay, perfect. Would you say, what's that, 3 or 4 quid a day? Perfect. Lunch, are you buying any meal deals? Are you skipping meals? What's going on there? Ask them engaging questions. Questions are the answers. You want the information. The more information you can get, and it doesn't have to be accurate, but the reason that we're asking these questions is because the more that we can get, it helps us later on. Number one, revisit to see if they've changed their habits as they've continued through the plan. But number two, it helps with price objection, because so many people are spending ridiculous amounts of money on a daily basis, and they don't even know it. They don't even know it, because it's like £3 here, £2 here, £5 here. They're spending £15 a day. And it's not until you bring their awareness to it, they're like, oh, holy maloli. Okay. And then they have no problems and no qualms buying a plan from you, because you're going to be able to save them money. Right. So this is the reason. So you're currently spending like £30 a week on takeaways, roughly, would you say? This is the type of coaching questions. You get really good at this the more you do it. Okay. The first time you're like, oh God, breakfast, that's very normal. It's very normal. By the third one, you're like, so tell me what you're in it. Okay. The truth about this is, like anything, practice makes perfect. Okay. You get more confident the more you do them. So do more of them. Ask everybody if you can practice on them. Okay. So we've covered the price one. We're starting to get a build up of where they're at. Number one, with their food, but number two, we're starting to make them think, oh gosh, actually, I have far more alcohol than I realized. I spend far more money on coffee than I realized. I need to sort my life out. Okay. Or you get what I mean. Okay. And now is the piece de resistance. This is where you go, okay, let me tell you a little bit about my journey. Okay. And this is your opportunity to give them a little bit of an overview of your story, pulling out the pieces that can relate to theirs. So let's say, for example, I've just spoken to Jane, and Jane's primary goal was weight loss. My goal was never weight loss. So I'll be honest, I'll be like, right, here's a little bit about my journey. I started using the products 11 years ago. It wasn't really for weight loss, but like you, I was a massive coffee addict. I will always pull out the points of her story or his story that can relate to mine. Why? Because we build a connection, we build a rapport. There's a common ground. If I go, well, yeah, actually, my story was nothing like yours at all. I mean, I didn't want to lose weight. I was super into my fitness. I know none of you are going to do that, but well, some of you don't do that. Okay. Try to create a connection of building the bridge between the two of you, because in your eyes, you're similar, but in their eyes, you're the professional, like you're this guru. Okay. And we need to break that barrier. We need to be like, listen, I was totally the same as you. Pull out points of their story of relatability, because the more they can relate to you, the more they're going to like you. People buy products from people they like. Okay. So if you can actually try to connect with them on some level, they're in. Okay. They're absolutely in. So this gives you an opportunity to connect with them. You don't need to go on and on about how great everything is for your life now. They will connect more with your pain points pre your Herbalife journey than they will with how wonderful and amazing your body and your life is now. So we always focus on, I was very much like you. I was a breakfast skipper. I did this. My energy was low. I wasn't sleeping, whatever the thing is. And then I started to use the products again, a little bit skeptical, probably a bit like you. And just thank God I did. It changed my life. I'm now this, I'm now this, I'm now this. So moving on, how serious are you, would you say, on a scale of 1 to 10 with actually making changes? Why is this important? Well, they've probably not actually thought about this up until now. They've maybe been, thought, oh yeah, I'll get on a call. But you having that conversation with them, and how serious actually are you, Jane, in making some changes? They go, do you know what? I actually am really serious. Or they say, do you know what? I'm actually not. I don't actually know anyone that said I'm not that serious. Okay. Because if they're on a call, by this point, you've shone a light on some really key areas of their life, probably some bad habits, probably some bad spending habits, and probably given them a little bit of a kick up the bum on, actually, I want to make some changes. And you've really made me think about that today. So this gives you an opportunity to gauge where they're at with it. Okay. And then we move on to, can you see the next one, guys? There we are. It's not skipping on to the next bit, but you can see the question number 6. So a quick question for you. Do you have anything coming up in the next 3 months that's important to you? And this is, again, another opportunity for them to go, oh God, yeah, I've got my dad's wedding. I'm actually going on holiday. I'm going to be 40. I'm going here. My friend's having a baby. We're going on holiday to set, like, whatever it is, that they're so busy in their day-to-day life, doing their thing. They're not thinking about that. They're thinking, God, that's months away. And you're like, oh my God, it's only 3 months away. Okay. It gives them an opportunity to take time out and tune into, yeah, I've actually got loads going on. Oh my God, I need to do something now. It's another point of reference for them. For them to take action now is going to give them the results they want in 3 months' time when their big event is coming up. And listen, we've all got stuff coming on 3 events. I've got summer coming up that I'm planning for in 3 months. Praise the Lord, it's going to come. Okay. And now we have our opportunity to pitch our magic, the magic sauce, our accountability groups, our USP, us, our service. Okay. This is our opportunity to talk about our own individual plan. For me, I would now go, have you ever been part of an accountability group before? And they're going, I don't think so. What is that? Okay, let me tell you about what we've got going on. We've got the most amazing 10-day focus group that happens. We've got this going on. We've got these support groups going on. But whatever your thing is, if it's 21-day challenges, we've got this amazing, 30-day fit club, Zoom support group, Facebook, whatever your thing is, WhatsApp group. This is your opportunity to give the magic sauce. Okay. This is our pitch. Yeah. This is our pitch. You built them up. You built the rapport. Now we're going to tell them why we're so good. Okay. So by asking them, have you been a part of an accountability group? You're not going, have you been a part of an accountability group before? Yeah. Great. No. Okay. This is your opportunity. Okay. Let me tell you what we've got going on. Okay. And this is where you get excited. You paint the picture of people are getting the most amazing results. People are loving the support. The products are amazing for sure. But let me tell you, it's the support, it's the sharing, it's the daily accountability, it's the motivation, it's the content. Girl, you are going to love it. Okay. This is where we build it up. Okay. And then they start to get excited. Then this is where we ask the big question. Okay. So, have you found today valuable? And they always say, oh my God, yes, so valuable, perfect. So can you think of 3 to 5 people who you feel would benefit from a free wellness evaluation like this today with me? And they go, because if you can, so they always go, you go, because if you can, if you give me the names, they're not for me to contact right now, but if you give me the names, I can tell you about our offer for you to get our preferred customer discount, which is where you get an immediate discount on your products, which is lovely because everything tastes better at a discount. And that can grow and grow and you get even more advantages. Who would you know that you think would benefit from today? Not for me. So what we're doing here is we're not asking them to sell products for us. We're not asking them to share results because they haven't even got a testimonial yet. We've given them so much value and so much positivity, and we've motivated them in the past 20 minutes so much that they're like, I would love my mom to do that, just to have that time for herself. Okay, so they're open to it. And remember, we're not asking to contact the person. We're just saying, do you know anyone? And if we work with you to have this positive experience, which I know you're going to do, by the way, over the next 14 days, would you be happy? And there's a little quote there. Would you be happy for me to invite them to a free wellness evaluation like this? Okay. Who's going to say no to that? Who's going to say no to that? Nobody. Okay. Nobody. And guess what? Here's the leeway. Here's the flexibility. If someone is not happy to give you names, fine. That's okay. They can pay full products for their price. No problem. If someone is happy to give you the names, but says, oh, I don't want the discount because I'm a lunatic. I don't know if I want discount, but I don't want discount. I don't want techie. I just want to buy my products from you. No problem. Amazing. Just charge them full retail. There's flexibility. Don't panic around this, guys. There's no, you have to get 5 names or you can't do this. This is your business. But as a guide, I would be saying 3 to 5 is a good guideline. If they give you 3, I'm like, listen, you've qualified, my girl. You are getting discount. We are going to get you an amazing result, and we are going to look at this again in 14 days. And if you're happy, we're going to reach out to everyone and make them feel as amazing as I know you're going to feel. Okay. You're filling them with confidence. You're painting the picture. Okay. Get the names, offer them the preferred customer. Again, this is down to you, but this is going to work a treat when it comes to actually getting those referrals and helping somebody, giving them an enticement, a reward for sharing your service. And the magical thing I love about this is in the past, we've had referral systems in place where we've gone, do you know anyone that wants great results? Do you know anyone that wants to lose weight? Do you know anyone that wants to get on a plan with me? That's a big ask for somebody to go, well, yeah, my mum wants to get on a plan and spend loads of money and whatever. You can't expect someone to do that. But to actually provide all this value, this rapport, this really cool conversation, and then say, do you know anyone you think that they found it valuable? Do you know anyone else you think would find it valuable? Of course they do. You're not asking them to do anything apart from give you some names of people they think would benefit. Okay, so it's such a nice, easy, warm, soft thing to tee them up with. Then we're going to help them get the great results. And this is how we're going to do it. Okay, we're going to book in the day for the 14-day follow-up. Now, when you look, I'm going to show you again in a second, the wellness evaluation. We've got book review 14-day follow-up. Now, this is not a 14-day follow-up. Okay, this 14-day follow-up is going to happen every 14 days. Okay, and I'm going to talk about why that's important in a moment. But let's look at the plans. So every organization, all of you should have a couple of plans, programs that are your go-to. Now, for me, I always say the same thing. Okay, so let's talk programs. Our most popular programs are, and I always have bronze, silver, and gold. Okay, so me, bronze is shake, PDM, and tea. Silver is shake, PDM, tea, and aloe, and gold is phytoline. They're the three most plans. They're all equally amazing. The gold is obviously going to give you the best results, the quickest results, and I would say 90% of people use it. I always say the same thing. Guess why? Why do I say that? Because people want what people want. And if they think everybody's using phytoline, they want to use phytoline. If they think it's the best plan because everybody's using it and getting the most insane results ever, you might want to write that down. Everybody uses that plan, to be honest, because they're getting the most insane results ever. And then you go, but you can use the gold, you can use the silver or the bronze. They're like, what? Absolutely not. I want gold. Okay, but whatever. They're the most popular plans. They're our most popular plans. They're our most popular programs. Our most popular. Okay, everybody wants what's popular. Okay, take these notes, but again, you're going to have access to these. You're going to be able to print these coaching notes off, guys. Okay, so when they've decided the plan and they've decided how they're going to purchase it, okay, when you have sold a program to someone, going back to the information, it can be difficult to remember what they bought from you because you've got so many clients, you know, going to be coming through. Now this system's going to be easier than ever. You're like, oh, did they order that? Scrolling through your emails on auto fulfill if you've sold on Go Herbalife, going through your invoices. It's messy. Okay, now you have an opportunity. Write down the plan they had. If they ordered your bronze plan of shake, PDM, and tea, you now know on the day 14-day follow-up, number one, they're going to need more product. Number two, oh, I don't know if you saw in the follow-up, I know you've been using the shake, tea, and PDM, but did you see that video that Jane shared in the group about the collagen? I wondered if you saw that, because I really think that would be amazing for you. I know you were talking about your skin on the consultation, but it's the most amazing, whatever they've mentioned to you, this is your opportunity to upgrade, okay? This is also the most amazing point, which I love on this new sheet, is that we have follow-up scheduled in, okay? So I'm going to take you back. Actually, you can see on the notes there. So not only is having the visibility of what plan they've ordered going to help you when it, like, instead of thinking about your, oh my God, what did they order? What flavor did they order? Write down the flavor. So you ordered the banana. Did you like that? Would you like to order that again? Or do you fancy something different this time? I've got to tell you, I'm addicted at the moment to the strawberry. I'm having some frozen strawberries in it. I'm actually making the most amazing smoothie bowls with it. It gives you the opportunity to go into a natural and authentic conversation, okay? Oh yeah, I do fancy a banana. And off they go and order a banana or whatever it is, okay? But also, you can do this at every point of the journey, because we're not just going to book in the 14-day follow-up once you've had post-wellness evaluation. We need to be booking these 14-day follow-ups every 14 days, okay? Every 14 days, because guess what? Every 14 days, if they're using the plan the way they should, they're going to be running out of product. You want to be able to have a conversation with them at some point about upgrading their programs. You also want to revisit the conversation on day 14 and every day 14 of who do they know? Are they having a, because listen, they might have given you 3 to 5 names on their initial wellness evaluation. You might have contacted them and none of them might have been interested. But what about on day 14 or the following day 14? You get another bite of the cherry to say, by the way, I don't know if you've now got any more people that you would think would benefit from one of these free wellness evaluations, because you're now starting to see the more benefits. I know that you're loving the results of this. I know you're really partaking in the support group. Who do you know that would be happy for me to book in for a free wellness evaluation? Because listen, they don't only know 3 to 5 people. They know 300 to 500 people. So having these continual 14-day appointments booked in gives you multiple opportunities to not only, number one, ensure they feel looked after, supported along their journey and getting the best results possible. Number two, to problem solve, because things happen, people go off track, people feel like sometimes you've left them in a support group and you've not got back to them. Number three, to upgrade their products continually. So I was thinking, you haven't tried the Phyto yet, you should really look at that. It's our product of the month, blah, blah, blah. But number four, the most important, which is that all amazing conversation that so many of us miss. Who do you know that would be interested now in having a free wellness evaluation with me? Okay. And you get to do that by continually booking in the appointment. So you should be booking in on your first initial wellness evaluation. Okay. So you've got that plan. Great. So let's book you in for your 14-day follow-up appointment, which would be the 17th of February. I've got 10 o'clock or 4 o'clock. What can you do? 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock, perfect. You book it, you get booked in. Obviously, you support them on a daily basis or weekly basis in whatever your flow is. You get back on that call on the 17th of February. And before you finish that call on the 17th of February, perfect. So let's book your next 14-day appointment. That is March the 3rd. I've got 12 o'clock or 1:30. What would you like? And you get into the habit of constantly booking in these follow-up, because the fact is, for so long, we assumed that just because somebody maybe joined as a member, and it's easier now to become a preferred customer or member, and the danger of it is assuming that because someone registers that they're no longer a customer. And the truth is that the best members are the customers which are having the best results, the customers which we're encouraging the most referrals from, which we're supporting to get the most referrals, which we're upgrading on the product. So if we've got that in our plan, like professionals, to follow up with these people every 14 days, we are 10 times more likely to help them become successful. So guys, I'm just going to take you back very quickly to the original wellness evaluation. You can see there on the follow-up, you've got multiple sections for the date, the 12th of the 2nd at 2 p.m, 8 p.m, whatever, okay? Fill that up for as long as you think that person needs and support that person in that journey, but never, ever miss the conversations of who do they know? Who do they know? Because remember, they don't only know the 3 to 5 people they gave you on that initial wellness evaluation. They know many, many more. And the better you get at asking for it on a regular basis, the more chance you have of not only helping yourself, but helping that person easily transition into becoming a profitable member and supervisor. Okay? I hope you've enjoyed that. All of those forms are going to be accessible for you to download on the Herbalife website. I'm hoping from tomorrow morning. Corporate, if you're listening, please make that available. So what have we got coming up? We don't have an academy. We've got the open experience on Wednesday evening, okay? Which if you have got anybody that has given you some referrals or is partway through their journey, have that conversation with them. Listen, I'd love to get you onto our call on Wednesday night to talk more about the products and how you can make a little bit of a discount or increase your discount. Start having the conversations. Get it in your diary as part of your flow and pathway to track that stuff, okay? And then, of course, this weekend, we've got the amazing kickoff, okay? My favorite event of the year. If you are not booked in, get there, guys. Do not miss this, because if you've enjoyed tonight, you have got this 10x. You are going to come away probably the clearest you've ever been from an event, for those of you that have been to many events than ever before. And for those of you that are brand new, you ain't going to want to miss this, okay? It's going to be an event that's going to change everything for you. So we don't have a Monday Open Online Academy, because obviously we've just been trained through the best weekend ever. You would have brain fry on Monday, so we're going to give you that Monday off, but then we're back with the open experience again on the 31st. So get these in your diary, start planning them in. If you haven't planned it in, you're not going to be online. Where there's no participation in planning, there's no promotion. You won't be promoting it, you won't be talking about it. So get it in the diary and start really thinking about being a professional with these events, okay? Leverage the events. They are here and designed and helped by the company and all of us to support you to build your business. So use them, utilize us, okay? These are some of the dates going forward. I'm going to let you grab a little snapshot of that. So again, every Monday going forward past the 29th. And then of course, you've got the Wednesday calls as well. So multiple opportunities to learn and multiple opportunities there to build. Okay. And Wednesday, we've got the lovely Jen. She's going to be taking us through the online open experience. So definitely get that in your diary. Really use this week to build up a little bit of momentum to go into a weekend, being in that event if you're there, feeling strong, feeling in the game. And that was me, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you're as excited as much as I am about this online presentation. I am going to be covering it again at kickoff this weekend. So if you missed anything, I'm going to be sharing that. But also remember, you have access to the coaching notes. So everything I've shared with you tonight, the philosophy around it, the nuances, the wording I've used, it's all in the coaching notes. So use it. Guys, you could be booking these in back to back to back. You don't need a hub. You don't need anything. If you've got it, great. But this is just showing you that anybody can do Herbalife. And I promise you, if you lean into this, you can be just as successful as anybody else. Sending you all my love and bring on kickoff. Bye-bye, guys.